down.
Got a bunch of rocks in there.
Hopefully there's nothing there. Actually, there is. Just a confuser.
It's
No,
7:45.
no, confuser.
No.
It's officially time.
Wait.
What?
I'm on Rimrock time.
Right
We're a different time zone.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
You want to play this one?
on. Yeah, sure.
In your spare time.
Make it happen.
I have to take the hit from some.
No, I didn't.
Okay, good morning.
Don't forget to get your microphone. Oh, yeah.
A
Oh,
get your microphone.
no, this one.
Really?
Is that what's happening?
It's gonna be that one.
Hello? Oh, there's not a lapel?
It's on, right? The speaker. I don't think it's been turned on.
Hello? Hello? You need that? You like that?
But, I don't know if we need it, but it's for TV land. And
Okay.
but also
For the people.
but
It's okay?
for you.
Like that? Hello?
If you don't want it, we can switch to the lavalier for the next time. But, yeah.
Oh, it's okay. It makes me feel like a rock and roll star. Okay. Welcome to term 9. In general, good news. I mean, the first book was laid out by Gina. I'd like to thank Gina. I was on a plane to somewhere. China? Yeah, and I got final corrections from Venerable Utpala, like 200. After I checked the whole thing, super careful, and I said, this is all BS, you know. And then I started checking, and everyone was correct. So we should give her a hand, too. And it's gone to the printer. So here's the copy from, here's the diamond copy from Singapore, Indonesia. And then the book went to the printer already, I think.
Yeah.
And that's our first book. And then we'll do the Heart Sutra. And we were going to release it in Vancouver in October. But we had to delay a month because they aren't quite ready. Because they're new. They're the first time they've ever done an event there, the people there. So we'll release it in November in Vancouver. And we'll release it at Diamond Mountain in October, especially because it's already booked out. It's already full. And a lot of Chinese coming. And only Chinese will pay for Dharma. So we hope to get a lot of sponsors there for the program. Okay? And the translations are getting much better. I didn't really expect it. I don't know why not. I thought we'd just keep going forever and no improvement. But you guys are getting much, much better. And I was reading Seiji's this morning. It's quite good. And so I think it's going to be amazing. And so we're speeding up. You know, I've been checking the progress of everybody's text, and we're speeding up. And we can finish before we thought. And now books are going to start pouring out. Like we were patient for a couple of years, 2-3 years, and books are coming out now. So one of them is Utpala's text. Oh, I have to do this thing. I'm a space cowboy. Hello? Yeah, that means I have to do that. Yeah.
Whoa, look at all those gophers.
Sorry. So we finished 33 folio phases in 8 terms, doing about 4 folio phases. Folio phase means have 1 page English way, right? Total text is 23 folios, need 4 more terms. We can finish her text by the end of next year. Which might be the first non-Geshe Michael text to come out. I think there's a couple of candidates for first text out. But it's going to start pouring out, which is exciting. Okay, I had to revise all the estimates, and all of you are going to finish sooner than I thought. So it's kind of exciting, I think. Except for somebody's text has a lot of words text. It took me 3 months to catch up his text. It's very difficult. But I didn't start next yet. So. Okay. All right, we're still in the Prasangika section. And things are going to get... Once we're in Prasangika, it's kind of like Lamrim. I mean, you know, it's our own viewpoint, so it's a little easier normally. Okay, so here we go. Please. Huh? Oh, yeah, okay, sorry. Can do it this way, right? How's that? Better?
Whole other world. You want to change your cursor?
Oh, man. I'm
He's not choosing to the room.
gonna curse if you...
All around the world, he says, "Oh, I gotta change my cursor because of."
Yeah. Now she knows all my secrets. By the way, Utpalan Word came to China and taught. Amazing. Totally amazing. And I'd like to give them a hand. And it was really fun to work with you guys. They were very, very popular. Words yoga class was popular. And amazing. I was quite, amazed also. Am I doing the right thing here? No. Anyway, I was extremely happy. I was happy for like 3 days or something. Setting?
Accessibility?
Where is accessibility? Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, that's the best thing that happened in my life recently. Display? Okay.
Big person.
Now this one shrinked again. Okay. Wrong text. Okay. We can. What happened? The text disappeared. Let's see here. Okay. All right, here we go. Go. Xing Day. Who's got the? You got the plane? I gotta drink coffee. Yeah, skip this. Nyurdu pok.
Oh.
It's close, right? Core and poke.
So,
Yeah.
so it goes,
Yeah.
Dungi Ting near the top bar. Is that right, Geshe?
Yeah, Nyurdu pok bar.
Thanks.
It's very close. Okay, good. Xingda, we're going to be talking about all term downstairs. Why? Yeah, this is the wooden horse. This is the first wheel, the invention of the wheel. Okay? But in Madhyamika, in Prasangika, it's the image of the car and the parts of the car, okay? Which is famous, and I wanted to say it's the core of Melinda, the questions of Melinda. So we'd like to add Melinda to our translation list. I'd like to do a book with 3 advices to kings. One is Melinda, and 2 books by Nagarjuna. The String of Precious Jewels and Suharleka. So anyway, letter to a friend. Some Japanese publisher wants it. So anyway, that's the core of Melinda's teaching. That's about the only really interesting thing in there, I'd have to say. Which I can't do a book about Melinda by itself, because not enough. Kaza Rashi Mepar means
People are not like that. Things are not like that.
perceive that the person has no nature of their own, which is nice to say. Now, recently I've been appreciating that they tend to use it as a verb when used for a syllogism, right? So we know ngepa as being certain, but when it's a verb, I've just been appreciating lately that they use it more and more for the result of a syllogism. Someone gives you a logical proof, and then you nge the point. You perceive the truth of something. Okay, ascertain is not bad. Ascertain is not bad because it contains certain. Yeah, nupayente. You can. If you use the example, this is instrumental, right? Mm-hmm. With the example or with the metaphor of the car, can nupa, And the Lamrim Chemo supports that when it says, Shingde Chepa, what's the Chepa?
Well, we examined it.
Yeah, this analysis, the cart, right? With this kind of analysis, you can poke, which is one of the only Tibetan words which means the English. You can poke, get to the bottom. Yeah, and ting depths of the ocean. Ting tam mepa. No measure down, no measure to the side. You can quickly nyodu poke the depths of the meaning. What it means, rangshin mepa, to not have a quality of your own, not have a nature of your own, which is, and that's a positive, suchness. Suchness, the fact that nothing has its own quality, nature, you can quickly poke to the bottom of it. It is stated in the Lamrim Chemo. Therefore, this would appear to be, yeah, a very crucial point. Okay, he's just understatement, right? This would appear to be. And it's why it takes 20 years to be a good translator. Who could guess that this whole phrase is messed up?
Yeah.
No, it takes a long time to sense that something's wrong, grossly wrong, terribly wrong, because it makes sense. It doesn't not make sense at all, but it doesn't feel right. So that just takes a long time.
Is the scan pretty messy there?
I didn't check. I think I must have checked, but I don't remember. There's the reference from Gentle Kappa. Whenever you look up a reference, try to catch this and hope that the title of the book has not been misidentified by the database creators. Just kidding. I found two this month, and
But who would ever read the Abhidharma Kosha?
it's only one of the 5 great books. I was freaked out. I was wondering how many misnotes I made. By the way, there's a check we can do. There's another check you should do as an editor. We should have a team member who wants to get on the team. We can assign them to some Nudnik work, which is to check that the folio number of the footnote is possible in the folio number range of the bibliography. No, seriously.
Okay.
And that you'd catch a good number of them.
But with volumes and stuff like that, people might get confused.
No, just the page number. If the page number cited in the bibliography, in the footnote, is not possible in the bibliography page range, then something's screwed up. Yeah. So now we have another check we can do before we do a book. Well, no, we can't. We've found a couple of big mistakes. Yeah, in the past month we've found 2 major mistakes. One of the Abhidharma Kosha and one of the something in the Pramana Vartika, something. So it's made, it's rare, but unfortunately it seems to attack our most important books. Okay. All right. I don't know. Maybe you can have someone do that check. Have someone who wants to be on the team. It's a Nudnik job. It's the kind of job you give to a person
So if
like
you're interested in
Gibson who wants a
finding out,
book.
like the most difficult to find thing that you found in your life.
Like, oh, there's keys one.
Yeah.
Top of the house.
So talk to Venerable Upal if you're interested in. It doesn't take long. It take about an hour, something like that. Okay. Here we go. Shedang. Okay, finish the quotation by Tsongkhapa.
Nampa dundu selwe ma nyepa te se shin tarang shin ki me par nyepa yin she sung pa start Kansaklayang Sunpecho.
Okay, good. This is a personal name, Norsang Gyatso. There were some famous Norse songs when I was a monk in the monastery. Norse song was one of our board of directors, and it just kind of means like prosperity or something, good money, good jewels. Okay, and he's quoting a lama named Norsang Gyatso, and he said, when you check to see whether or not the cart exists through some nature of its own, and I like to say some. I don't mean like to say a, and definitely not the, because it doesn't exist. Okay, through some supposed nature of its own. You should go like that, right? Fire is hot from its own side. Okay. Your husband is irritating from his own side. Right? Wives are, but husbands are not. Okay, Ranshinki, Yena, Tagden Nabadun Titsana, you examine in 7 different ways. There are 7 points of examination, and Tsel means to search, which you check 7 different relationships. Is it the sum of its parts? Is it equal to one of its parts? Is it, like this? There are 7 and they're not quite logically parallel, but it happens to be 7, okay? And we had them, I think, already. So you check 7 different points. Tak means examine, you search through 7 different points, and somewhere in there you would have to find this supposed nature, existence of its own nature. So in one of those 7 relationships, you would have to find this kind of nature, kyaba, okay? So if it exists from its own side, it's got to exist in one of these 7 ways, kyaba, okay? So first of all, you have to satisfy yourself that that's true. If it existed from its own side, one of these 7 different relationships would have to hold true. For example, all the parts together would have to equal the whole. That's the hardest one. So first you establish the kyaba. If it existed through some nature of its own, it would have to exist in one of these 7 ways. First you establish that. This lama says. And then, after you've ascertained that, after that, then you go through the 7 one by one and see if any of them applies. You see what I mean? So first you establish that if it existed by its own side, it would have to exist in one of 7 ways. And then you check the 7 ways after that, okay, one by one. So you look through the 7 ways, and you don't find it. So finding emptiness is the exercise of not finding self-existence. Okay? Manye badetse, and then at that point, you can say, oh, I have ascertained that this card does not exist through any nature of its own. That's the process, said Norsang Gyatso, Lord Norsang Gyatso, okay? Sumbatar. And it's the same for people. So that implies he was talking about things like cards, okay? I don't know Norsang Gyatso very well. I've heard the name a few times. I went and studied him for a while. He did teach the second Dalai Lama. Okay, yeah.
Ask about how it's ending in chiro.
There must have been a te above. Oh no, yinte. Oh, there must be a te above because there's 2. The split proof apparently. Okay, maybe.
Way up.
This yinte.
Yeah.
Maybe this te right here.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
With the example of the cart, you are able to ascertain that things don't have any nature of their own. For 2 reasons. One, Tsongkhapa said, and secondly, Norsang Gyatso. And here's a work by the second Dalai Lama, Gendun Gyatso, okay, from, I think, Mongolia, the first Mongolia trip, 1990s. And he says in the colophon that I studied this from Norsan Gyatso. Shangane means from his holy lips. I studied this. So, and the second Dalai Lama's dates are here. And Norsan Gyatso from Tsik, Singza Chemo, the great dictionary, that he was a great astrologer and he's a lineage Lama of the Lam Rim. And he studied under the first Dalai Lama and taught the second Dalai Lama. Okay. And he's more famous for astrology than he is for Madhyamika. But we don't have him in our database. So I'd like to suggest that we look for him and input him, because he did say something correct here, so he's probably... And here's some more references to his lamas and people who studied with him. He wrote a famous book on the Kala Chakra. Tsirik Kepa means that he was a master astrologer. Okay. Here's the date of his birth from Singza Chemo. Here's the date that he became a monk. Here's the date that he went to Ulka, which is where Jetsongkhapa did his long retreat, 3-year retreat. And here's the date he wrote a book, I think, about astrology. And here's the date he passed away. And the year before, the second Dalai Lama became the abbot of Trashiklambo. So that proves they were, what do you call that? Contemporaries, yeah. Okay. All right.
The Dalai Lama became the abbot of Tashilamo.
Yeah. Okay. Probably wasn't a Dalai Lama by that time. Or I don't know. The first one was retroactive, right? I don't remember. There's a statement that Tsongkhapa criticized a position he took, but I think it's he's criticizing the position and not that it was taken by him, because Tsongkhapa died before he was born. Okay, but it was confusing to me when I was studying him. So anyway, you don't want to know all this stuff. And he's quoted twice by Choni Lama, the same citation. He quotes it again in a different book. Okay, he likes this author on this subject. And so he must have it written down somewhere in his notebook or something. Okay, here you go. Please continue. You want to try to translate it? Translate this much. Kansa namdungi rikpa.
So we got the reasoning of the 7
aspects. Okay.
People.
Yeah, because he said you can also apply it to people. Takten Sawetse,
Searching for that.
Sorry.
when you look for the thing that got the name, past tense tak, what's the present tense? Ndo. Ndo. Okay. Mingdo. Like nickname, right? When you look for the thing that got the name, minye. Yeah, until you apply the name. Where's the name come from? Karmic seed in your mind. Okay, it's a picture. It's a picture. And until it comes out, there's not going to be anything there. You won't find it. Kasarangshiki me kyang. So we can conclude that the person doesn't exist through any nature of its own, through some nature of its own. Kyang, but tanye diye. Yeah, after the picture comes out of the karmic seed and is applied to the parts, then that's a real thing. Yep. And de la tene, and after you've established it with the cart, then depending on that understanding, you can understand that Chotamche Same way.
Would that be all things?
Yeah.
In all people?
I like to translate it nowadays as all the things in the universe. Doesn't include all people. I think he means to say that, yeah. So here we're not talking about Chodan Kansa Nisu Chewe Che. We're not talking about Chodan Kansa Nisu Chewe Che. We're talking about Che in general. Okay? Yeah. Tam Chekian, Daishin to She Good Day. You have to understand every other existing thing in the universe. I like to call it everything in the universe nowadays. Shejan, yeah, exactly equal. Good day. Lekpashin, if you really get this point, then you are counted among the tongue. This is counted among those folks. Okay, you go to the number, meaning you are counted among those people who understand the gomba of the Gyawas. Yeah, as it really was. Jishin, as it really was. Then we count you among those rare people in the universe who really understand what the Buddha said. Okay, meaning if you understand that it doesn't exist by any nature of its own, but it still exists pictorially. Okay, karmic pictorially. Okay, good. You would be counted. And now he's going to quote Tsongkhapa to prove that you get that status. Okay, so here we go. Please read the next one. Yeah, isn't that?
Lambe.
What?
Is it lambe?
Yeah, lambe. Yeah, lambe
Yeah,
par.
there's a pre-labial.
Where?
Lambe par.
No, I'm not.
We're going to this la, and then we go to the bepar.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good. Here's I almost called it a bitch, but I won't use that language. Veronica will kill me. Juksel is, guess what? Umala jupe japa para sel. Juksel. I've never heard it called that. I figured it out. Okay. Retroactively, I found the quotation. Okay, so the Lord, Je Tsongkhapa, right, from his clarification of the entry, right, of the Avatara, okay, from his clarification of the Avatara, he says, Chomdindeki Gomba, the Gomba of the, yeah, Ishintu Jawa is a great thing to do. Mistyped. Chawa. It's very subtle, extremely subtle. And these points, by the way, you could have said there's a lot of places where ne and ne are interchangeable. These deep points, okay. These difficult points. Genchair, I wish I had enough. I have to pay for this cafe in the next 15 months. My ability to throw money around is going to be greatly reduced.
No. I just opened a business.
Let's just say I love you more if you get this right. Genchair, V said, how much did you spend on last tour? I said $7,000 in giveaways. And Scott also had a heart attack. So, by the way, last month, DCI gave $19,000 to ACIP. Okay, and they do that every month. Okay, I mean they do that whenever there's a tour, so you should know. They don't brag about it much, but you should slap Scott on the back. And no, because that's a lot. That's a lot to give up. They give up 10% of their gross, which is sometimes 90% of the profit. Okay, so for a lot of love, what's Genchair?
Naked. Like
Yeah, nice. Yay, here, have my love. I'll find a way. Let me think about it. Okay, yeah, Genchen. These crucial points, these important points, which are totally subtle, okay? These wise people teach them, they rip open the blouse of the difficult point and say, look, they rip open, or other piece of clothing. And they just rip it open and say, look, there it is. Yeah, okay.
Books aren't naked.
Look, no, the point is naked. You see it naked. They rip it open and say, check it out. Okay, the positions taken by these lords of the wise, okay, shepa, those unique positions, that something should not exist by nature and therefore exists by nominally, okay, something like that. Still exists nominally, mayimba, which is a really unique position to take, tumo mayimba. These unique positions that they take, dinam, lekpa shena, you should bepa.
Work very hard.
Yeah, work hard to know these points well, to learn these points well. Yeah, and the pen just didn't make sense here, which means to benefit somebody.
And shepa can be used as to learn instead of to know?
This shepa,
Yeah.
this means to take a position.
No, the previous.
Yeah. You should work hard to understand well. Yeah. And 50 Monopoly dollars for Gishi. Instrumental, right?
Yeah.
No, it's not, because shik comes after it. It's the imperative. You should do of the verb bgys, to do. Ancient verb, begis. This is you should do it. Do it. Okay? Nothing to do with instrumental. Okay? When shik comes after it, that's especially, anyone can figure it out. Oftentimes it doesn't come after it. No, it's correct. That's the imperative form. Yeah. Gishi. Yeah. Do it. Do it. What? Work hard. Try to understand this stuff. These weird positions taken by the lords of wise people when they rip open and show you the naked truth of the true thought of the Buddhas. Okay, got it? Cheisumbichiro. That was used as a proof that if you understood these points, you would enter the number. You would enter that select group. We call select group in English. Like elite VIP, Dharma VIPs. You enter them if you get this point. Okay, got it? And there's the quotation from Gombara. So always when you cut out a quotation, try to catch a page number.
Oh, nice little, that's cute.
Which one? I don't know where that came from. Some kind of weird thing. Something happened. Did you or not did you? If this happens, that will happen.
Yeah, right.
That's the pen origination, right? Okay. Anyway, when you cut a quotation, always catch a page number. When you're translating a quotation that was cut for you, don't go all the way to the page number. Okay? Try to stop where you're supposed to stop. Okay? Save yourself some time. All right, here we go. I don't know why. I normally don't like to put in the header until we translate it, but anyway, here we go. Oh, tell me about it. I mean, how many hairs I lost on this text. I wish they would fall out from here. Okay, anyway. That'd be nice. Oh, this is misspelled. What should it be? Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
You make kig ngo.
Good, Kingo. It's a very heavy because it's open vowel. Kingo.
Mushi kengo.
Yeah. Yeah, and we have certain standards of translation in this room, and I don't think that all of you may appreciate that they exist, but we're doing a more careful job than I think than anybody does, in my opinion. Not that I read other ones, but I really don't, so I don't know. But I have seen books where they'll just say second, number two, and they don't tell you what it was. So I think it's incumbent on us to go find it and confirm what it is and tell the reader where we are. So I think this is the NEPA. A brief presentation of the logic used to establish that things have no self-nature. Okay? We're going to cover Kansaki Dagme, the lack of a self-nature to people and the lack of a self-nature to thing. And we're going to prove these things through logic. And apparently we've used the 7 aspects of the card to prove it with people.
Yeah, it's pretty weird, but yeah.
And now we're going to prove it for things, and we're going to use these classic arguments, okay? Unless I'm mistaken in identifying number 2, which may be possible, but we'll go look. So, Chekidame Rikpe Dupto. This tool is just sort of like, how are we going to establish that things don't have any self-nature by using logic? How are we going to establish by using logic that things as opposed to people don't have a self-nature? Because he's mentioned it specifically here, Chukidagme, which is interesting because, well, he just said, cards are things, but let's apply them to people too. But actually, he should have used a proof that was only applied to people. But then he didn't. So he wants to apply the 7-step card argument to people. And he went to the trouble to say, this is really proving a thing, but it's people, okay? And now he's going to prove things, okay? All right, so get used to it. And here's his list. And you guys know most of these, but it's interesting that in his opinion, they are to be applied to the non-self-existence of things as opposed to people. And you might think about that, and why is that true? Why are they more applicable to the parts of things than the parts of people? I'm not quite sure. Here we go. Chiktudal, what's unusual about this phrase? What's that? No, but what's unusual about it?
it looks like
It's spelled correctly. Okay? It's do for tuma. It's not a preposition. It's not tu. Yeah, and many people correct it wrongly, which is what they do with my translations. Except for Udpa, which we just proved. All right. Dorje Sekma. Yeah, and this sek is very rare word. You only see it really with this. And it's that thing in DCI. What's the point in DCI that's so relevant to the sliver of diamond? It's in explaining the importance of the diamond.
The emptiness is everywhere? It's in each.
Yeah, that all tiny things have their own emptiness. So it's important to say sliver. When you smash a diamond, each sliver, each piece has its own diamond. It's equally diamond, pure diamond, each piece. And that's why Sekma is so important. Whoever gave it the name, which has nothing to do with the proof, knew what they were talking about. Some kind of Arya was involved there at some point, probably. Okay, Sekma. Yume Gengo.
Things don't exist or don't start.
Careful. Give me a better explanation. Don't be lazy.
Things don't
Things that already...
started.
No, are, don't exist, start, and stop. Aren't those the 4?
Say that again. No, well, what's the point, though? It's a Sankhya argument.
That they don't have the cause.
It's to defeat a Sankhya argument.
They don't have the cause within.
No, that things exist inside their seeds.
Right.
When rice grows from a piece of rice, according to the Sankhya, it proves there was a piece of rice in this rice seed, and it was revealed. Similar to our Jin chair. Okay.
So how is Yume K?
Yeah, did a result which already existed in its seed grow? Ye, kike, or meke? Did a result which didn't exist at the time of the seed grow? Which one? Was it ye, yepake, or mepake? Did a sabun ki tusu yepe debu grow? Or did a sabun ki tusu mepe debu grow? Okay, was the result revealed that was in the seed, which is what the Sankhya say? Or did a thing that never existed before grow? And how could that be? And we say neither one is true. Okay, got it? Okay. Then Mushi Kingo. This relates mainly to, but what are the Mushi Mushi? Yeah. From itself or from something else or from both or from neither. That's all. Easy. And then Tenryoku Tensei, which is Sugang's specialty. Yeah. Nah. He's got 5. Okay. Chiktu down, Dorje Sigma, Yume Kengo, Mushi Kengo, Tenryoku Tensei. 5 proofs that things don't exist from their own side. Okay. All right. Lei, Yupa Lei. Here. Oh, from those 5. From those 5, please read. Shing, no?
Oh, shing.
Translate.
First of all,
No,
I'm
shisin.
going to explain
Sin.
the
Sin.
Held.
No.
Understand?
No, come on. It's the past tense-lizer. It's the ed in Tibetan.
As I explained earlier.
I explained it already. I already taught you guys that. But
However, here, I'll do it a little bit more.
yeah, let me give you a touch more on it. Okay? Good. Yeah. Yeah, and sometimes the sin is almost pejorative. Like, I told you guys already, but let's do it again. So if you want to get a slight, very slight possible pejorativism, good luck. Okay, here we go. Please read.
may long to Sharway.
Chashin. Chashin.
Yeah, Chashin ki su niente. Yay?
Chashin.
Chashin ki tong yang nangwei se cha tam che ne.
Chashin.
Nangwei.
Now, there's a principle of translation. It would be very tempting to correct this to what? BYED, to do, because its frequency is about 1,000 times more. I would guess it's about 1,000 times more. So you often see it corrected wrongly. But when it's repeated 3 times in the same sentence, pause and think about whether you're going to correct it or not. Because if he repeats the same spelling 3 times in one sentence, it's possible it's not a mistake. Okay, so slow down when you're going to correct something and there's 3 instances of it in the same sentence spelled that way. Okay, which is the case here. Okay, I gotta give money. I don't care. I don't know. I'm going to put my faith in karma. Okay. $50 for Chishin.
The thing being reflected in the mirror?
Damn. You on it? $50. Yeah. The person standing in front of the mirror, not the reflection. Okay? The reflection is in the mirror, but the person is standing in front of the mirror. You with your razor blade is the Chishin. Okay? Got it? People ask me what I learned in 3-year retreat. To bang on jars and make music, and to shave without a mirror. But I never knew if I did a good job. Okay.
So shin here is really unrelated to
Right, exactly. And this is unrelated to BYED. So read it Chishin. Chishin. And obviously this shin means likeness. But it kind of doesn't mean likeness. It means the thing standing in front of the mirror. What's the opposite? Yeah, good. Adam got it. Adam hit it.
reflection.
Sugyan. This is the one in the mirror. This is the one in the glass. Okay, the sugya is the reflection, and this is its opposite is the cheshin in the mirror.
Because it causes its likeness.
Yeah, this should have given you a clue. It probably did to Word before he got it right. He saw the word melong and his devious mind started thinking about money and he. So anyway, it should have given you a clue, melong. Okay, so here we go. Melong do in. How do you say bald in Tibetan colloquial? Melong ya dakpa.
No.
The crystal mirror. The crystal mirror. They say he's got a crystal mirror. It means he's totally bald. Okay, I'm not melong ya dakpa yet. I'm just melong. Okay, but if you want to insult somebody tastefully, you can call melong ya dakpa. Now, how you tell with a monk? That's another question. Okay. Melong du shawe chishin in a mirror. What do you call that? What do you call it in English? Of an image, the reflection of an image in a mirror, right? Chishin maybe image, I don't know. Nyende is chishin ki tong, $20. I'm being. No, but what's it mean in normal English? I want waiter passable. I want Peachtree waiter passable, which is even lower. Huh? What? Say it.
No, thing reflected in the mirror.
No, the thing being reflected has no
not in
essence
the
of the thing. That
It's not in the mirror.
Yeah, the reflection has 0%
reflected.
reality. Person in it. Okay, got it? The reflection is 0% person standing in front of the mirror. The reflection is 0% living person. That's all.
There's not even a little bit of you in that mirror.
Yeah, nothing. There's nothing Michael about the reflection in the mirror. Living Michael. Okay, all right. Bleeding Michael in this case if he thinks too long. Okay, so yeah, but
But it appears.
yeah, and a baby in front of a mirror will reach out and try to touch the, right? Say, Dong Yan Nang would say, Cha Tam Jen Ne Cheshin to Namatar. From every aspect, from its ear, from its nose, from its eyebrows, it appears as though it were the thing standing in front of the mirror. Okay, so it's 0% Michael, but 100% of its parts are suggesting Michael. Okay, same as the second husband. There's a 0% husband coming who's not my fault, but from every indication, it seems like he's coming from himself. Okay, got it?
It's a nice gloss of like the famous Perna of like
Yeah.
reflection in the mirror.
Yeah, it's a perfect glass. But it's interesting to think of it that way.
Yeah.
Every indicator in the kitchen, the redness of the face, the shape of the mouth, the volume of the yelling, suggests that he decided to yell at you. 100%. Every single clue is suggesting that he's coming from himself. And he's 0% coming from himself. That's what this is saying. It's very beautiful. It's not like 5% or 6%, or it's 0%, but 100% is appearing to be his decision to yell at you.
Not one atom of you in the reflection.
Yeah, but every atom of you appears to be a reflection. Okay, got it?
Yeah.
It's a very beautiful sentence. Yeah. Okay, stopped here. What's the date today?
It's the 11th.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Someone turned 16 today. So
We'll find out pretty soon.
Shibuki Joshi Meto Tam Rira Bingshin Ninde Kempadi Sange Shindu Ite Uagi Toku Namda Shinga Chuparsho Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kamya Tayami di ge wo kun sunam ye she to to shin sunam ye she le chun wei dan pa kun yi to ma sho. I wasn't sure if that went with the merit, collection of merit or collection of wisdom. Which one it went with?
Collection of wisdom's right here.